Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the final edition of the High School Football Stat Leaders, as always brought to you by Spitzer of Mansfield. If you need a vehicle, head on over to the fine folks of Spitzer. They will hook you up with a quality vehicle. I am Travis Big League Berardi here with the final edition. The champions will be unveiled here today for our stat leaders in passing, rushing, receiving, and total touchdowns. I can't believe we've already gone through the high school football regular season, but before we start with our playoff season, let's give you the champions in each of our statistics. And let's first talk about the rushing champions, and I announced it last week. Connor Dawson had such a big gap between him and Dane Nauman that we called him the winner last week, and it is now official as he is the rushing champion with a huge performance against Northwood. 6 touchdowns and over 200 yards rushing. He finishes with 23-34 on the season, over 800 yards ahead of Colin Klein of Mapleton, who jumped Nauman with a 200-yard performance against Crestview to get 1,495 yards. Mapleton on the week 11. So is Dane Nauman. He finishes with 1,439 yards rushing. So another top 3 finish for the great Dane Nauman down at Highland. There's your top 3. Evan Benfer of Monroeville finishes in 4th with 1,419 yards, just 20 behind Nauman for the top 3 spot. Aiden Raymer of Crestview finishes out the top 5, 1,395, meaning 4 out of the 5 finishers in the Firelands Conference. We can make it 5 out of the final 6, as Josh Pokos of St. Paul finishes with just over 1,300 yards rushing. Lucas's Logan Toms made a jump from 10 to 7 in a week with a 200-yard rushing performance. He finishes at 12:42 over Gabe Ivey of Galion with 11:88. Winford's Anthony Evans with 11:23, 2 yards ahead of the big man down at Danville, Cole DeLauder, who finishes with 1,121 yards. So congratulations to all 10 of our final top 10 rushers, as well as Connor Dawson, who just dominated this season as Western Reserve. A big matchup at home, 8-9 matchup with Black River coming up on Friday. They'll need his rushing if they want to get to week number 11. So there you have it, the champion and top 10 in rushing. Now let's see who the passing champion is, and I have a feeling I know who it is. No, I don't. Gotcha. It's Braden DeVito. You thought Isaac Robinson was going to have the numbers, but no. DeVito beats him by 12. Braden DeVito, the sophomore from Shelby, is your passing champion, dethroning Isaac Robinson. 2,717 passing yards, just ahead of the 2,705 of Isaac Robinson. Third place, though, Chase Ebert of River Valley finishes with 2,176, so a nearly 600-yard difference between third and first. So DeVito and Robinson just showed out this regular season. Now to the rest of the top 10. Upper Sandusky's Caden Holman finishes in 4th with 2,075 yards. Bogpin Miller broke the 2,000-yard passing mark as well in week 10, finishes with 2,004 yards. AJ Bauer of Northmore, 1,985 yards. He will finish in 6th. He is him and Robinson, the lone 2 players that aren't representatives of the MOAC or the Northern 10 in this top 10. Alex Stokes of Marion Harding finishes in 7th with 1,879. Mohawk's Ben Bogner, 1,813 and 8th. Owen Lowry of Pleasant, just a yard under 1,800 yards at 1,799. And Seneca East Blake Foose with 1,710 yards finishes out the top 10. So you needed 1,700 yards to get into our top 10. It's 170 yards a game just to make it into this list. So congratulations once again, Mr. DeVito. 2 years remaining as well, so he has a chance to maybe three-peat if he can keep it up. But also congratulations to Isaac Robinson and the amazing career he's had at Willard. Now to the guys that catch the balls from these quarterbacks, the receiving yards, and the champion is Cam Robinson of Willard. He out-receives Isaiah Ramsey of Shelby, so Willard and Shelby both get a statistical champion in this one. Cam Robinson finishes with 1,267 yards receiving on 90 catches. Isaiah Ramsey only needed 54 catches to go over 1,000 yards. He's at 1,080. That's 20 yards per catch. phenomenal for Ramsey and Shelby as they get 2 home games in the postseason, and they are the lone 2 receivers to go over 1,000 yards in the area. James Rinfuss of Winford, they're on the move. They're hot at the right time going into the postseason. He finishes with 878 receiving yards, just ahead of Highlands' Caden Reichenbach, who finishes with 842. 3 yards ahead of River Valley's Kean Shadone. He overtook Shadone in the last week for 4th. Shadone 5th at 839. Well ahead of Northmore's Jax Wenger with 664. His teammate Bo Landon just outside of the top 10. He finished either 11th or 12th. But Wenger finishes 6th. 7th place, Aiden Smith of Pleasant at 652. 12 yards ahead of East Knox Brayston Davis. What a one-handed catch he had in overtime. Nearly brought East Knox back once again to Danville. They couldn't get the 2-point conversion, though, so the Danville Blue Devils finished 10-0. But Davis at 8th with 640, 10 yards ahead of Marion Harding's Keontae Scott at 630, and he is 10 yards ahead of his teammate, tight end Raymond Harbolt, with 620 yards. So there you have it, the receiving top 10 and champion once again, Cam Robinson. Congratulations. Isaiah Ramsey as well. Congratulations, over 1,000 yards. Now to the final statistic and our new one for this season, the touchdowns, the guys that get you the fantasy points. And here is the champion. It is Caden Holman of Upper Sandusky, the dynamic quarterback. He can run, he can pass. He finishes with 39 total touchdowns and over 3,000 total yards. Second, there is Connor Dawson, 36 touchdowns on the ground alone and 1 receiving touchdown. Like I said, that is crazy anywhere you have it. So Dawson finishes second, 2 touchdowns behind Holman, 2,334 rushing yards. Braden DeVito, 36 total touchdowns, 3,826 total yards. That broke the tie between him and Evan Benfer, who finished with 36 as well, but he only had 2,352 total yards for the quarterback from Monroeville. Willard's Isaac Robinson, he is there at 34 touchdowns, 2,883 total yards. Ontario's Bogton Miller breaks the 30-touchdown mark for passing and rushing combined. 31 touchdowns, 2,886. A.J. Bauer finishes alone in 7th place, 29 touchdowns, just under 2,000 total yards. 1 touchdown ahead of Blake Foose from Seneca East. He finishes with 28 touchdowns, 2,725 total yards. And then we had a tie for 9th place and 10th place. There's a couple other players with 27 touchdowns, but like we say, the tiebreaker is total yards by the player. So Chase Ebert, the quarterback from River Valley, 27 total touchdowns, tiebreaker 2,956 total yards, and then Pleasant's Owen Lowry rounds it out with those 27 touchdowns. He finishes with 2,355 total yards. So congratulations to the top 10, and congratulations to Caden Holman for being our touchdown champion, our overall, I guess you could say that was our fantasy football statistical champion right there, Caden Holman. Great season once again for him and Upper Sandusky. But that's it. We're done. That was our final statistical breakdown of our high school football teams here in North Central Ohio. Once again, want to shout out Spitzer of Mansfield for sponsoring this segment each and every week that we have done it. If you need a vehicle, head on over to the fine folks at Spitzer. They will give you a quality vehicle. But my name is Travis Big League Berardi. We're not done with high school football coverage, though. This week, 7 live streams coming your way on the OH Report, as well as 1 highlight. So the Pigskin will be back for Week 11. We'll have all the breakdown of those games, as well as scores from our regions from around the area, and see who will make it to Week 12. But I have some volleyball we got to do. We got volleyball, we got soccer this week, we got football, and we're going to have that in the next week as well. So stay tuned. I will see you on a court, a pitch, or a football field near you.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
Man, I wish I was out there.
Let's unretire.
Why not? Randy Moss.
Dan Marino?
You all right?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa?
I still got it.
22. 22.
Delay game, number 13. Let's see. Hey. I need that senior discount.
That's the case. Mr. Marino, you mind if I take a selfie? Thank you.
I'm good right here, bro.
Unretirement? Who'd be dumb enough to do that?
Again, because I'm not exactly sure how far Oberlin is for sure, but I know it's over an hour. So they had a little longer drive, and you know, it's a longer drive than most of their league games, and so that can really play into becoming an advantage for Galion when they have to take that long drive, because you got to sit on that school bus for quite a while and get out, get restretched, get all focused and things. But you know, he was saying, you know, Galion is going to receive the opening kickoff, but so I know Galion is going to want to run the football with Gabe Ivey and some with their quarterback. You know, with Braxton Prosser, he's been at his best, and they've been at their best offensively when he was healthy and could run, but he has a case of turf toe, and that's just something that the only way it goes away is to rest. And so he can't maybe do all the things in the ground game, but he throws the ball very well, and so they can mix it in and hit some long play action passes. I think they'll be fine. Big thing is talking with defensive coordinator Todd Ralston, you know, he said we're going to know early just where we're at in this thing. He said if Firelands lines up in the I formation and takes snaps under center, they really feel that they can probably pound the ball and out physical Galion. And Galion's going to have to, that first series could be really important in the Tigers showing that they can stop them. You know, and that now they're going to have to go to the spread out much more and try to run a lot of jet sweeps and a lot of counter plays. And but what they really want to do is try to make Firelands throw the ball. They're not a team that likes to do that, and they're not really a successful team when they have to throw the ball a lot. So that is certainly what Galion is hoping to do.
All right, with that, we're going to take a quick timeout here on WBCO and the OH Report. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff here, week 1 of the high school football playoffs on WBCO and the OH Report.
This is
Heise Park, Oakridge Stadium. Jared Moore alongside Tim Birie. Not a great start so far for Galion. They take the kickoff. Did Gabe Ivey up to the 20-yard line, runs it on the first play, and gets exactly right back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they traded their two tight ends, had, an awful lot of blockers to the left side, but no gain for Gabe Ivey. But, they're going to stick with their running game, and they'll be fine.
Prosser in the gun. Fakes the handoff to Ivey, looking to roll out towards the right, and he's sacked. Back at the 12-yard line. He was sacked, and Firelands on fire here to start this game. Defensively doing the job, and coming off the end spot on the corner blitz was Devin Lynn, the senior.
Yeah, they were trying to, they just faked it and then tried to get it out to the flat in a hurry on a little bubble screen, but well defended by Firelands, and, not a great start at all for the Tiger offense, and they're going to have to come up with a big play here. On third down, they're deep in their own territory, so the one thing they do not want to do is turn the ball over here.
So Prosser in the gun again with Gabe Ivey on his left hip. They will hand it off to Ivey, trying to find that right tackle and break through. Gets close to the original line of scrimmage and then laid out. Kevin Williams, the third on the tackle, along with Liam Varndell for Firelands, and a quick 3-and-out here for the Galion Tigers.
Yeah, not the start they wanted to get off to. Now, the good thing is when they get into this punting game, they do have a first-team All-Ohio punter in Landon Campbell. So hopefully he'll be able to get off one of his usual bombs and turn a little bit of the field position.
Almost blocked. Kevin Williams back to receive the punt, and he's going to let it roll in front of him as it rolls inside the 40-yard line down to the 37, and that's where Firelands and company will come out to start their first offensive possession, but only a 2-minute and 3-second possession there for Galion. Obviously, we talked about that a little bit just a second ago on that offensive possession. Not exactly what Galion wanted to start with, especially receiving the football. See our offensive starters. And our quarterback, Andrew Pollack.
No, Jim Aunspaw.
No, yes. Jim Aunspaw, the 6'2", 188-pound senior.
So they're in the spread, and so it looks like, we may see some counters, some jet sweeps. There's the counter.
Fake the sweep, run the counter towards the left side up to the 42. On the run was Colin Scott, the junior running back.
Yeah, good size running back, 5'11", 202, and a good run on first down. They ran their counter, they faked the jet sweep and pulled their guard and tackle around. Had nice seam right there, and now they're at a 2nd and 4 maybe.
2nd and 5 on the scoreboard, up to the 42-yard line. Again, they'll keep it on the ground with Scott, and this time he's stuffed right around the 41-yard line. About a loss of a half a yard there as they'll mark him close to the 42. And it'll be 3rd down and 5, no gain on the play.
Yeah, Scott split the carries kind of with all kinds of guys. They really spread it around. I think he ran for like 400 or 500 yards is all as their leading rusher this year.
So a critical 3rd down here in the opening stages of this playoff game, week 1, here on WBCO. Back to pass is Aunspaw. They set up the screen to Scott, who's buried right at the 42-yard line. Terrell in there to make the stop here for Galion.
Yeah, that didn't fool anybody. They just set up a middle screen, and we're only able to gain 1 yard on that after throwing it out there. So they will be also punting it right back. So both teams, open the first series with a punt, but this is advantage usually Galion.
And it will be, as it's a very short punt. Galion's going to let it fall, and it'll roll inside the 30. I got a nice roll there for Firelands to the 36. But you mentioned it, a little bit of an advantage for Galion. They move it up about 6 yards from the previous spot when they started on their own 20. And now Galion will have their second possession. And based off the first possession, do you expect anything different here from the Tigers?
No, not really. What they would like to do is run the ball here on first down and get a decent gain so they don't get behind the chains a little bit where then they felt they had to come up and throw a couple passes. But again, I just think we have to keep an eye on Braxton Prosser to just see how that toe's reacting because he's such a big part of their offense in the running game.
Prosser fakes it to Ivy, swings it out to Chafin on the right side, and Chafin tries to maneuver his way across the 30, and he does so to the 31. And you're all right, Tim. I mean, Braxton, obviously the running ability is there, but in an instance like this, we've seen injuries decimate Galion, and that's a big reason why they have only those 3 losses, because they've been without Prosser for a little bit. They've been without Ivy. They've been without Chafin. And those are huge players here for Galion. And Ivy's going to spin out of a tackle, and up to the 34 goes Gabe Ivy. But those injuries kind of decimated part of their season, but now they have him back for the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, they're getting healthier and healthier. It's like all programs right now. They're playing beat up because everyone's playing beat up after playing 10 regular season games. Big hole there.
Ivy breaks it loose across midfield and finally tripped up by Logan Urban, saving the touchdown. But Ivy finds a seam, and Galion kind of going tempo here, and we've seen success on this drive when they've gone tempo.
Well, and that's what they really like doing once they get Ivy going. First down there, gain of 23. Just a nice dive play, big hole there, and he finished it off.
They'll fake it to Ivy this time. Prosser's going to use his legs, and he's upended across the 45 and dives forward to the 43. Does Braxton Prosser. Moderate gain there of 6 yards and brings up 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, he just faked the ball and then kept it and actually looked very healthy right there and very fast. So nice 6-yard gain on first down.
They'll feed it to Ivy this time. Finds a hole, bursts through it, gets the first down to the 36, does Gabe Ivy. And now you see the ground game kind of counteracting here for the Tigers and starting to move the football here once again. And now they kind of slow it up. They'll send Chafin and Cooper Kent wide to the left.
Yeah, it looks like the offensive line's getting things figured out. They're getting a great push. And now Oberlin is lined up offside, so giving the Tigers a free 5 yards.
And obviously, those are huge mental mistakes when you get into the playoffs. You can't line up offsides defensively. That's one of the easier things to do is to not line up offsides.
Well, that's one of the infamous dead ball fouls where it's, that's a mental foul, a mental penalty. And you can handle some of the other ones where it's a physical thing, they hold or whatever it is. But those you got to really avoid.
Prosser to throw, guns it across the middle, finds his receiver, caught. Chafin hauls it in close to the 10-yard line. And Galion really set up in business now, and now they continue to kind of hurry up and get to the line and go tempo. Chafin and Kent wide to the left. Ivy to the left of Prosser. They give it to him off the left tackle. Ivy inside the 10-yard line, dives forward close to the 5. And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 3. They're going to hurry it up once again.
Yeah, they're going really fast now, and it looks like they may get in here.
And they're close. Maybe stopped at the 1 is Ivy, but it is 1st and goal after that 2nd down pickup.
Yeah, the offensive line has really stepped it up. They probably need a little bit of a wake-up call there on that first series. There you see it again, a great push down to the 4 or 5 yard line, or down to the 1 yard line, and look for them to try to get this thing in right here.
They'll feed it off the left tackle, and this is Jimmy Hardy into the end zone for a touchdown for Galion, and they are on the board first here tonight. So Braxton Prosser and company, a nice 74-yard drive.
Yeah, here you can get another look at that on OH report, and just a good dive play, good push, and into the end zone for the first score of the game.
Now Alan Carver to attempt the extra point. Gabe Ivy will hold here for the Tigers.
And Carver, a very good kicker.
Yes, and if it does indeed come down to that in a playoff game. I think they trust his leg, and he knocks it through for the first extra point of the game. 7-0 Galion on top with 4:58 to play here first quarter. You're listening to high school playoff action here on WBCO, along with watching on the OH Report.
He's going to send a line drive down the field. It'll be fielded on the bounce. That is Schieffer. Schieffer finds a hole at the center. Schieffer turns on the burners. Schieffer could go. He's at the 50, 45. He's got one man to beat. Schieffer with the ball in his left hand. He's going to take it to the house. Whitford opens up the second half with the kick return touchdown.
One.
Back here on WBCO, along with the OH Report, Jared Moore, Tim Birie. Galion went tempo on that second drive of the game for them. They end up finding the end zone. Jimmy Hardy from 1 yard out. Kind of a pooch kick here from Carver, and Firelands will just fall on it around the 30-yard line. And that's where Firelands will start out offensively. Mentioned they can kind of set up their offense the way they want to, but can you change that mid-game? I guess it depends on the preparation for the game as well.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, as long as they're running the ball, whether it's in the spread or the eye, that's what they like doing. Their problem is going to be is if Galion continues to have another series or two like they did this first series where they shut down the running game, it's going to be a problem for Firelands because they don't like throwing the ball.
Oh, movement here.
Yeah.
And it'll be a false start here against Firelands.
Firelands right now showing a little nerves, I think. Yeah, they just got moving a little too quick. And it looked like they're going to try to run Aunspaw on a counter there, and they do.
Running off the right side this time to Aunspaw. And he stops shy of the line of scrimmage back at the 25, so it'll be second down and 15.
Yeah, they tried to run that counter. They like faking the jet sweep and running the counter. Pretty soon they're going to start handing the ball on the jet sweep and see if they can outrun Galion to the perimeter.
And the gun is Aunspaw looking to throw. Lobs it down the right side. Jump ball and incomplete. Great coverage by Cooper Kent. May not have gotten his head turned around, but kept away from the contact as well. As
Cooper
see the
Kent's
replay
a guy that, great play by him. He finally got around a little late and got his hand on. Cooper Kent's a guy that Coach Dick talked about last Wednesday night on the coach's show, and just, a guy that came, a senior that, thought maybe he had a chance of being a starting quarterback, didn't, but he just said, I just want to play somewhere, Coach. And, he's having a great year as a DB and a wide receiver.
Trips to the left here now on a 3rd and 15. And Firelands backed up after the false start. Rolling to the right, Aunspaw. Counterplay, rolls to the right and throws it back the other way. And pass is deflected. And I think that was Terrell again.
Well, they faked the counter, as you can see here on the OH Report. They faked the counter. And then they're trying to set up a screen over to the right side, and Galion's just all over it. I mean, even if he doesn't knock it down, they're still not. It's going to be in fact, it might have been better they got it knocked down because it was going to be a tackle for a loss if he didn't. They really had sniffed that out.
4:19 to play here in this
they got a
first
problem
quarter,
here.
and they botched the snap. And Firelands inside the 20-yard line is dropped. There is a late flag. It comes in after the play. So we'll see what the call is here on the flag. It came in late, so obviously after the play.
So I don't know if it's excessive celebration or whatever, something like that, but it should be a dead ball.
Yeah, after the.
So it should still be Galion's ball. No, a face mask. Oh, this is a problem.
Oh,
it's going to be a first.
So never mind on the late call. It happened during the play.
Might just be a 5-yarder, though, or something, because.
So, yeah, just a 5-yarder. So, fortunately for Galion, at least they're still going to make Firelands punt. But unfortunately, they're going to have that opportunity once again. This time they handle the snap, get it away. End over end. Chafin has to draw back to the 35 and makes the fair catch.
Yeah, but that's a big difference in field position. You know, they were about to get the ball on their
on the 15.
About the 15-yard line, and now it's down closer to 35. Nice punt. But there, you know, just got his hand on his face mask as they were trying to bring him down to the ground, and, you know, it's got to be called.
So 7-0 Galion on top. 4:09 left here in the quarter, but another offensive possession here for the Tigers. Kind of went tempo last time. You see Coach Dick kind of sticking with that, and obviously that's where they had the most success. But that, again, can also cause failure if you make a couple penalties when you're in too much of a hurry. They'll run the sweep this time. And right out of the gate, down the sideline. Inside the 20, inside the 10, and into the end zone for a Galion touchdown is Jacob Chambers. There is a flag.
Better not mark it down.
Flags at midfield.
Just ran the jet sweep, and boy, did he have a seam. He went untouched. And I didn't really see the hold on our replay on the OH report, but you know, it doesn't matter if I seen it as long as the guys in the striped shirt seen it. It's going back, and a big penalty on the Tigers.
May not have even been necessary, as Chambers found the gap. But bring it back to the 40. Still first down, but now first down and 6 for the Tigers.
Chambers has been someone who in the last 4 or 5 games, especially and after Gabe Ivy got hurt, has really picked it up in the running game and had some nice runs.
This time they'll keep it on the ground. Ivy trying to break it outside along that left side and dragging him down behind the line of scrimmage was Patrick Geist. And it'll bring up second down and 6. So, I mean, you talk about mistakes here. Having the ball back at the 15-yard line, scoring a touchdown after the punt, and then both of those come back.
Yeah, and, you know, big, you know, the penalties are 5 and 10 yards, but, you know, the problem is they're really much more than that because of the gain, and now here comes another late flag.
I think that was a fumble by Prosser, but he falls right back on top of it.
Okay, so that's just marking where the fumble.
Yep, just marking where the fumble was.
Okay.
Still will be a first down here for Galion. Unfortunately for Prosser, that ball bounced right back up into his lap.
Well, he has had some, from time to time, he's had some issues with ball security, and you know, a lot of times that can be a problem because of his toe hurting so bad. You know, you get that big pain, and all of a sudden you just drop the ball. Here comes a jet sweep again.
Yes, and Firelands sniffs this one out. As Chambers tried to take that off the left side that time. And this time he stopped for no gain. Second down and 10. Galion leading 7-0 with 2:35 to play here first quarter. And Galion now starting to kind of slow things down a little bit on this drive.
Well, they usually like going fast. If they get a really good play on first down or a big pass play like they did on that last drive, they like moving it fast. But otherwise, they slow it down a little bit.
Now runner off the right side this time with Ivy. And Ivy dives forward into Firelands territory to the 46. And now it'll be bringing up third down and 3. So kind of the whole playbook open right now here for Galion on 3rd and 3 and what could also be 4 down territory.
Yeah, usually once they get across the 50, you know, early in the game, Coach Dick's willing to go for it.